Hey everybody, I'm Lady Mariam here for Grimmfest 2024 with the team behind the film Beezel. Would you mind introducing yourselves and welcome to Grimmfest?
I'm PK, I'm the producer for Beezel.
Hi, my name is Caroline and I play Naomi.
Yep, good.
All right. Hi, my name is Nicholas Robin and I play Lucas. I'm an actor.
Lovely to have you here. Why don't you tell us a little bit about what the genre of this film is and what the movie's about?
Sure, it's a horror anthology, and the movie is about a house that has got some creepy things going on in it over a span of 6 decades, and the storylines are all kind of separate but different, and the viewer needs to go and check it out and see what they're all about.
So if you out there are fans of creepy houses, then you're definitely getting some of that in this, and that's exactly what I want to talk to you about next. So this location, I felt, was basically its own character in the film. Where did you find this house? Why were you filming at this particular house? And was it perhaps actually haunted?
Good question. Yeah, the jury is still out whether the second question is true or not, but the house itself, and I want to convey this on behalf of our director, Aaron Fradkin, who could not be here tonight, but he is in here in body and spirit. In spirit, not in body. Outer body experience. Yes. This was actually his childhood home that he grew up in. So Beezel takes place in the home that he grew up with in, and he, as a child who had different nightmares of different sorts in that same home, have kind of basically manifest itself into what has become Beezel today. And so we shot Beezel in January and March of 2023. We shot it back in his home, and it's pretty much exactly as it was 2 decades ago.
Says a lot about Aaron.
Yes, that's right. So that is, and it was another character in the story for sure.
Did you guys have any eerie experiences in this house?
It definitely is haunted.
Yeah.
Nico has a good few stories. My first day, the first thing they did was take me down to the basement and the crawl space, which when you see the movie, you'll know what I mean. But it was the first thing they showed me, and I had genuine terror. Like, it was not acting being down there. But Nico might have a few stories if the house is haunted.
Well, so when I showed up first day, on set, it was really quiet, cloudy, snowy, like really weird. And I just thought, well, they just brought me here to kill me. But then I realized it was not that far from that. So the bedroom I was sleeping in was, I think, kind of haunted, because at night, I remember at 2:30, at 3, and maybe more, I heard some weird noises, and so I just, I woke up and I checked the closet, nothing there, all right, and another one, nothing there, came back to the bed, tried to go back to sleep, but it never happened, because I was too scared. So yeah, that
and
was...
You use that lack of sleep for your character.
Exactly. So that's it.
Yeah, and speaking about the film and its structure, I'd say it's sort of, I'm going to say, anthology adjacent, because it's separate stories that somehow link into each other. And anthology by some people is called the A word, because they kind of have a bad rep with a lot of people. They don't get the love that they deserve, because, when it's done right, it's a great experience, but for some reason they're not accepted the way other features are. But you still chose to make it happen, and I do think it was a good choice. Maybe you could tell us a little bit, if you could pass the microphone on, maybe you could tell us a little bit about your choice to make an anthology-adjacent film.
Yes, and I don't know whether I can give away too many spoilers.
No spoilers. This is a spoiler-free interview, people.
Yeah, so there are several storylines that are going in, and we did not shoot them sequentially. And so actually, this isn't getting anything away, but we shot Caroline's story the first, even though it's not first in the movie. And then, as it turns out, we ended up building the story around that. So it kind of fell into an anthology structure where the storyline that we shot there, we were like, you know what? we think we want to do some sort of anthology. We're not really sure, and then we built the rest of the story around that, the beginning and after what happens there. Then it's like, oh well, this has now become an anthology, but hey, it works. So.
Cool. Nico, one question to you. What kind of people should be going to see this movie?
Well, I would say people that do not want to sleep anymore in their life. Yeah, no, I mean this would be my answer. It's a very scary film. A lot of jump scares. Yeah, it's a good way to get really anxious. So if you want to, pursue in drugs and everything, this is the
We
right
don't
thing to
endorse
do.
drugs, everyone. It's a joke.
Of course.
I do want to add one thing from
Yeah,
the
yeah.
producer's standpoint.
Okay, from the producer's
From a
standpoint.
standpoint, if you are interested in filmmaking, and especially with horror movies, I think this is a great movie for how you can make a great looking movie for very, very cheap, but still have a very cinematic feel. And I think that Aaron and Victoria do a masterful job of, I can't share budgets, but if you heard it, you'd be like, there's no way they made it for that kind of budget. I think this is great for anybody who's getting into filmmaking, especially horror filmmaking for the first time, and are maybe a little bit scared about or not confident about how it could look. This is a good example of what is possible.
And Caroline, what would you say made the experience of creating this film unique compared to other projects that you've worked on?
Oh my gosh, I feel like this is one of the most unique films I've gotten the opportunity to be a part of, because we originally began my segment as a short film. And then we thought we'd turn it into an anthology with other like horror stories that didn't have to do with each other. But when we shot our segment, we felt like there was more to unpack in the house. And so I feel like because of the way it all unfolded, it makes the film so unique. It's kind of like a slow burn, but also many jump scares. Like, and it does ramp up a lot, as you'll see. But I feel like it's just so unique in how it's told, and taking place through all the different time periods, I think also makes it stand out. And how the stories interconnect, it will surprise you and keep you on the edge of your seat. So yeah, I'm just so grateful to have been a part of it.
And I will add that, yes, you focus on the jump scares, but the dread and the tension buildup is huge in this film. I don't actually think it has as many jump scares, but the whole time you're like, what is happening? When is the jump scare going to come? So by the time it does arrive, I think the film does that really well. Last question before we part ways for today. What is one word you could give me that doesn't make any sense before you've seen the movie, but makes all the sense once you have seen the movie? You start.
One word?
One word.
Magic.
Oh, okay, Caroline.
I will say crawl space.
Crawl space, okay.
That's what I was going to use.
Well, you can use the same one if you want it, unless you can think of something else.
I will say weems.
Oh yeah.
That's a good one.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for being here with us at Grimmfest.
Thank you.
And you
Thank you.
folks should see the film Beezel. If you're not going to watch it with us tonight, make sure to grab it wherever you can, festivals, eventually when it's available elsewhere. Beezel is the new paranormal film to look out for. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
So much.